Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Welcome to a new episode of Desert Island Movies stroke discs. So what do I have in store for us today? Well, I have a 4K shelf, which is this one here. But not only that, I'm going to do the shelf up top that's just out of sight. Why? Well, let's find out. Hello everyone, yes, hope you're all doing well and thank you for tuning in and watching this here, another episode of Desert Island Discs. Now, like I said, I'm doing two shelves. This shelf here, 4Ks, it's not a full shelf. It's about 3/4 of a shelf, and up here I have a few more bits on this shelf, and that shelf combined with that gives us a full shelf in volume pretty much, without stuff being stacked on top, like the sort of stuff you can see up here. But yeah, we'll go through it, but I'll do this shelf first, the lower one. I'll have a look at the collectibles on it first, as always. When that shelf's done, I'll jump up there, we'll have a look at what's on that shelf as well and what films are there. So it'll be a bit of a sort of mismatch almost kind of thing. But yeah, so remember, as I'm going on, pick the film that you would choose above all else. What one film out of all these films would you take with you if you were stranded on a desert island? I know, it's implausible, it's stupid, but there we go, that's what we're doing. So, now, some rules. Number one, if it's a box set, I can only take one film, okay? I can't say, oh, I'm taking the box set, okay? Another rule that I kind of set for myself is if it is a film that I've already chosen, that's come out on another shelf where I've had a like Blu-ray copy of it, I'll omit that film from proceedings. Although I can't say that I'm always going to remember what film I've picked on every shelf without going back and watching the videos, and I'll be damned if I'm doing that. So let's take a look, shall we? So first off, collectible wise, I have the mini Stay Puft Marshmallow Men set from these were released for Ghostbusters Afterlife. I thought they were pretty cool. Yeah, they're quite nice, aren't they? Little mini Stay Puffs. So we've got that. Then we have here a nice big Spawn figure. Well, big box. It's Spawn with his throne, essentially. Todd McFarlane's Image Comics creation. Obviously, you probably know the film from 1997. It's a film I don't mind. It's a bad film, but I can watch it. Yeah, Spawn. That one's a bit weighty to hang from the walls like many of my others. And then I have another Spawn character, which is unboxed, and it is Cygor. This is one heavy piece. It's huge as well, as you can see. I mean, look at the detailing on that. You know, McFarlane Toys, they really know how to do detailed figures. McFarlane Toys were the ones that started with the Movie Maniacs. They're kind of a predecessor to what NECA are doing now. In a sense, yes, because they used to license all of that stuff. Well, I do have a few more bits here. I have a Mini Epics Waiter Workshop Gizmo sat atop of his chest, and he's got a Christmas hat on. I got that from B&M. It's a really nice little piece, that one. I like that a lot. I didn't have none of the others, only that one. So thusly, I was fortuitous enough to find it, and I picked it up. We have a few cups actually. I have a few oversized cups. I've got a egg cup here for a Dalek. Little stunty bits on it. Nothing's been broken off, that's just the design of the egg cup, and you put your egg in it. Well, you know what an egg cup is. I don't need to tell you what an egg cup does. I don't know why I still have that, but as cups go, I've got a large Spider-Man mug there. Large Simpsons one. I've got so many mugs. It's seriously, it's out of control. And I have a nice Duff Beer Simpsons one there. It doesn't feel as strong as the other two. But let's get into these films. So as you can see, they sort of end there. That's why I'm including that shelf up there as well. But let's have a look. Now this was gifted to me. Batman. Not gifted by a subscriber or anything like that. By a family. They picked it up in sale when Xavi had it on sale at some cheap cost. Or was it Amazon? I don't know. Somewhere had it on sale at a cheap cost. And they bought it for me thinking, oh, you know, I like superheroes, I like Batman and all this. It's nice. I haven't opened it. It's got steelbooks inside. 2 steelbooks. But I'm not a fan of the film. But I'll keep it because it was a gift. And that's a nice metallic front thing on it as well. But I've got issues with the movie. But yeah, so there's one contender there. Batman. The Batman. Is that the one you're going to choose? If your name is Gareth over at Video Tasties, it's very likely that will be his choice. But no accounting for taste, is there? But anyway, so let's start. We have a few Disney films here. First of all, we have 4K of Tangled. A decent Disney film. Remember, you know, I used to watch it with my daughter a lot. I've never seen Frozen all the way through, I'll be honest. So that was Tangled. Anyway, then we have here the Lion King, which is the live action remake version. Well, it's not live action, it's still animated, but live action looking, shall we say. And I picked this up one really cheap, and I don't know why. It's still sealed. It cost me like £3 or something. What, £2.98? Something stupid like that for a 4K Dumbo. And I'll be honest, I've never got through that either. Well, there we go. And Frozen 2. I don't know why I have that. I don't have Frozen 1 at all. Like I said, I've never sat all the way through Frozen 1. Good film, Monsters Inc. I do like Monsters Inc. Decent Disney film. And Finding Nemo, another decent Disney movie that I do enjoy immensely. Then we have WALL-E. This is when Pixar were good. And we have A Bug's Life. Now, out of Bug's Life and Ants, the movie Ants. I've not seen either for a long time. Pretty sure animation wise this probably holds up better than Ants does, but I think I prefer Ants over Bug's Life. I do have Ants on Blu-ray in the Blu-ray section. So there's that. Then we have for your consideration, it's still sealed, Cinderella. I do have a steelbook of this as well. And I have the big sleeve edition also. I like that cover, I like the blue. It's really nice shade of blue, that. Yeah. And then we have Who Framed Roger Rabbit? Who Framed Roger Rabbit with Bob Hoskins. Classic film. Yeah. The mix of live action and animation. I remember when this came out. Robert Zemeckis. What can I say? That's a classic film. That is a true classic in every sense. We have Charlie's Angels. The first Charlie's Angels film. It's a lot of fun. I don't think it's a bad movie at all. £4 pickup for the Lego Movie. Again, a film that I really enjoyed. A whole lot of fun had with this movie. I think it was great. We have San Andreas with Dwayne Johnson. Kylie Minogue stars in it. Well, she got a small role in this before she's killed. But yeah, San Andreas. I like them. I like that sort of disaster movie. And this one was no exception. It was a decent watch. Also, is it Alexandria Daddario or something with the eyes? She's got amazing eyes. Now, I do have here 4K version of Underworld Blood Wars that I picked up cheap. But I do have it as well in the standard, wherever my other Underworld movies are. Why? I have a steelbook for it. I have a steelbook for this movie as well. But there we go. There we go. Then we have The Mummy. The Mummy. And you'll find that I have a steelbook for this as well. think I've got a steelbook for The Mummy. Have I? I'm not sure on that. I know I've got Scorpion King steelbook. No, I have a Blu-ray steelbook that has all 3 of them in. I know that, which has got like the lock for the Book of the Dead on the front. Look, I don't think I have. I'm not sure I have this. No, I think this is the only 4K list I have. I don't think I have a steelbook for it. I think that's the steelbook I'm thinking of, but I have a steelbook for Scorpion King 4K. We have Power Rangers, the movie. I've never watched Power Rangers, the TV show. It was I was a bit old for it at the time, in that I'd sort of grown out of that sort of stuff, the animation of that era and these sort of shows. And so I've never seen Power Rangers, never really cared to. But I watched this big budget version, and do you know, I thought it was okay. I thought it was deserving of a sequel as well. I didn't think it was bad by any means. It was, yeah. Makes me want a Krispy Kreme donut. Wonder why. Now we have Dunkirk, and I do like Dunkirk. I took my dad to see it when it came out. Christopher Nolan. I think this was very good because it's my kind of film. I love the Spitfire side of it. I love World War II. I love World War II movies. And this worked for me, it really did. And it was great in the cinema, it really was. Now, as you know, Jaws is my favourite film of all time. Well, you should know that if you watch the channel. And Blake Lively did The Shallows. Yes, Mrs. Ryan Reynolds. And it's a good film. It's a good film that I enjoy. However, the ending is based all around... certain things need working at certain times for... It's all too convenient. The convenience of the end bugs me, in that everything had to work in certain specific... You know, even her getting... That bit where I think she gets sort of... Her plan doesn't go to plan, and she has to shift it, and... It's all just convenience after convenience for the shark to die where it did, exactly the same time as what it did. Because if it was a few seconds ahead of where it was or a few seconds behind, it wouldn't have happened. And that kind of gets to me when I watch this. I think I overthink the film too much, I'll be honest with you. And then we have a Still Sealed, Gattaca. Thinking Man sci-fi film, which when they announced it on 4K, I was thinking, yeah, I need that. I didn't have Gattaca in the collection whatsoever, so I opted for the 4K version when it came out. And then I waited for it to go down in sale price. But I've still not watched that. Then we have Les Miserables, Les Miserables. I like this. I like the stage show. I've seen the stage show 4 or 5 times, starting when I was a young lad at the age of about, I don't know, 13, 14, school trip. We went to see it. A few of us went, and I didn't like it because I didn't get it. I didn't understand it. It's very difficult to follow a narrative conveyed in music if you don't know the song. But once you get to know the songs, it's you know what I mean? It's that kind of thing. But I really like this film, and I know there's a lot of criticism over like Russell Crowe in it and this singing, but it works for me. It completely works. I really enjoy it. Then we have Interstellar, another Christopher Nolan classic, which I've yet to watch on 4K. Yes, again, a film that really did work for me. I really like this film. I thought it was great. Then we have Inferno. Now, Inferno is the third in the Da Vinci Code stories, Da Vinci Code films, and I didn't mind it. I picked up this 4K here for, I think maybe about £4. I think this 4K was. It was very cheap indeed. Felicity Jones stars in it as well, and yeah, I quite enjoyed it. Okay, now what do we have? Alright, now remember, my rules say only one film, so I can only pick one film. So I can't take this entire box set with me, but it is the Cornetto trilogy of films. Shaun of the Dead, Hot Fuzz, World's End. Now, Could one of these be a contender for me? I don't know. Now, Obviously, World's End is the weakest of the three, I think, but I still thoroughly enjoy it. I think it's more of a mature storytelling than the other two. It kind of shows how there's a sense of you can follow their maturity through the films in a sense. They're police officers. Yes, they're more mature than what they are in the first, and then they're older here and a bit more. A bit wiser, and also it touches on themes of suicide and depression and things, this film here, so there's a lot more maturity to the storytelling. And for me, all three are great films. They really are. I like all three. Like I said, definitely the weakest of the three, but I'm not knocking the film in that sense, because it's still far better than a lot of other films that we get. And I do love Spaced, the TV series. Spaced, the TV series, as a precursor to this film series. Really works. Yes, so there we have that. And we have Nicolas Cage in a 4K version of The Old Way, which is a recent Nicolas Cage film from maybe a couple of years ago, and again a film that I thoroughly enjoyed. What can I say about it? It was and this came from Germany. This is a German 4K release. I think in this country we only got it released on Blu-ray, which, well, it was a good film. It was a very good film. Keeping with that Western vibe, another film from Sam Raimi. Western Sam Raimi, it can only be one movie. That is The Quick and the Dead. Yeah, 4K Quick and the Dead. Sharon Stone, Gene Hackman, a young Russell Crowe, and a young Leonardo DiCaprio. Good film. I enjoy this a lot. So as soon as a 4K became available, I picked it up. I imported from the United States, as I recall. And a box set for you, and it is the 4K box set of, I don't know where I got this one from, but it is the Bad Boys trilogy. 3 Bad Boys movies. Obviously we have a 4th coming. I don't know when that's due out. I don't think, as this airs, I don't think it's out yet. But yeah, Will Smith, Martin Lawrence. I love the first 2. Seriously, I think the first 2 are great films. The third one, not so much. I didn't think it felt as fresh as the others. And the 4th one, the trailer doesn't inspire me whatsoever. But the first 2 are great. And remember, you can only take one film with you, not the box set. Just pick one film. Next up, some Angelina Jolie action in Tomb Raider. Lara Croft Tomb Raider. The first Tomb Raider movie. I have fun with it. I don't think it's a great film, but I have a lot of fun with it. And I can watch it from time to time. The same goes for The Cradle of Life, Tomb Raider 2. Again, a film that I can watch and have fun with. So we know what's coming next, don't we, in 4K? Of course we do. It is Alicia Vikander's version of Tomb Raider, which unfortunately didn't get a sequel. I'd like to have seen her do a sequel. I didn't think it was as bad as all that. It's based around the newer version of Tomb Raider. I remember the game that it was based, the look of it was based upon. And they kept talking about a sequel, but then the rights expired and unfortunately never came to be. But yeah, so one and done there for Alicia Vikander. But yeah, you know, completely different tone than the others, but you know, it's an okay film. Then we have here The Sister's Brother, a western with John C. Reilly, Joaquin Phoenix, etc. Arrow video release of that movie. I think it's the one, yes, it is the one that comes with the poster and booklet and all that malarkey in there. Not a bad little film. And then to finish up on the shelf, we have Tom Cruise in Vanilla Sky, which I watched recently. I didn't have this already on physical media, so when it came out I did get it, and I enjoyed the film. I think it's very good. It's a slow burn, obviously, but I do enjoy what this movie does. So there we go. That's that shelf. That is that shelf. I feel a bit thingy actually, including the other shelf in this. I feel a bit naughty. You'll see why. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'll do the other shelf in a minute. I'll have 2 episodes in this, in one essentially. So that shelf there, I'm going to now pick the film off of that shelf that I would pick to go with me. And then I'm going to do the shelf above. And when I do the shelf above, you'll understand why I kind of separated the two. Even though there's only a small amount on the shelf above, you'll understand why. So give me 1 minute, I'll be back with my pick here. Okay. So what do we have here for well, I've got a couple of runners up. Okay, so I'll do the runners up first. The first up, I'll pick the movie Dunkirk, which seriously, I adore this movie. I think it's fantastic. That's what I can really say. I think it is great. I really do. It was a strange thing occurred when I was in the cinema watching this. Because I remember, obviously the time frame that occurs within the film, it's not linear. You're jumping back and forth between times. Do you know what I mean? You've got the times on the beach, you've got the times in the boat, and you've got the times in the plane. So the times on the, as time frames go, the time on the beach is like that. The time in the boats is like that. The time on the airplanes is like that. If that makes sense, and it's intercut between one another to make it, so when you're watching it narratively, if you don't realise what you're watching, and a couple of people didn't realise what they were watching, and they said at the end, "Blimey, this is after all the boats have left, and there's no one left on the beach, and you've got." You still got people left on the beach. But anyway, what someone said to me was, not said to me, what they said to the other person that was with them, and I overheard it, was, he's still flying that plane. So they think that Tom Hardy's character was up there flying that plane during the whole events of everything that went on. They didn't get that the times were, and things were crossing paths kind of in the film, and it's like, wow, mind blown in that they just didn't get what they saw. They thought that they were watching A, B, C, D, you know what I mean, as opposed to watching A, D, F, back to B, that kind of a thing. Anyway, I love the film. I love the film, but it's going to be a runner-up. So, another runner-up is Les Miserables. Les Miserables. I'd like to give this first place. I love this film. I got the CD soundtrack. I'm not beyond saying that I sing along to it in the car at times. Kids used to sing along to it as well. And I think it's a great film. I don't really like Eddie Redmayne. I can't get along with Eddie Redmayne. Even in this film, his warbling does my nut in. But I think it's a great film. But Eddie Redmayne, I don't know. Why does he seem like he plays someone with ADHD or with some sort of a special need in everything that he does? I don't get it. That's how he comes across. When I watched, obviously he did in the biopic of Stephen Hawking's Theory of Everything, but then when I watched him in Fantastic Beasts, I don't know if that's characters meant to be that way, but if that's just Eddie Redmayne, I don't know. But I'm not a fan of Eddie Redmayne, but I love the film. So my number one pick is right here for this shelf, and then we'll do the other shelf. Yeah, but which one? Which one do you think? Now, I already said that obviously the weakest, the most mature storytelling, but the weakest is World's End. So it's not that. So what of the other two do you think it is? Well, I would go with Hot Fuzz. Yeah, I'm going to pick Hot Fuzz on this. I love Shaun of the Dead. I think it's a great film. But Hot Fuzz just does it for me more so. There's something about the film. Each of the films is, the more you watch them, the more you see more. You know what I mean? There's all these little hidden details and things like that you see as you watch them more and more. So there's that element to it. But I think that for me, Hot Fuzz is my favourite of the trilogy. you know, it's right up there with Thingy's right up there with it, Shaun of the Dead. But if I had to choose one, I'd go with Hot Fuzz. Yeah, just a great film. So I'm going to put my collectibles back on the shelf, like so, and then we're going to jump up to the other shelf, and you'll see why I didn't do it as an episode on its own because of length. But we'll also discuss why I didn't include it here on this, and you'll understand. So give me one sec. So yeah, again, welcome back to the second part. So I've fit two into one in this one, so you can sort of get a gist for why I've done this shelf alone, because there's not much on it, but I mean, this kind of gives away what the shelf has on it, shall we say. So let's have a look first what we have on it. So first up we have a little alien taking his face hugger for a walk, and this is from a book series, which is like a very kiddified look at the Alien franchise, comedically so. Like a little kid's book. I do have the book somewhere, I can't remember the title of it. Yeah, little alien walking his dog on his mobile phone, but it's a face hugger. Quite cool little piece. But yeah, so what do we have? We have here a Colonial Marine in a power loader fighting an alien, and this is from the game. Came with the game Alien Colonial Marines. I believe it was a PS3 game. I actually have the steelbook for it over in the steelbook section. I put an Alien vs Predator release into that steelbook just to give it something, because the game went. And I realised just now that I haven't plugged in my microphone, so the sound might be pretty bad until this very time, where I'm hoping the sound has kind of rectified itself and the microphone's now in play, so sorry about that. But yes, so power loader, nice piece, nice little collectible piece. And then we also have here an Alien versus Predator piece as well, which is where the alien has speared the Predator through the stomach with its tail and lifted him up. Quite cool. Now the other piece I have up here from the Movie Maniacs line is the Alien Queen, and I'll go in closer with the camera on this one. Okay, so there we go. There you can see that. It's the Alien Queen, and you remember the character from the film where it's strung up. Yeah, lovely remnant of McFarlane Toys Movie Maniacs. And that's what we're looking at today, that little bit there. Okay, so as you can see, we are looking at... I'm just going to lower that light tone a bit. We are looking at the Alien and Predator movies. So let's take a look at what we have up here. So in 4K, we have Predator, Predator 2 and Predator 3. 3-movie collection, yes. These films speak for themselves. Predator is a fantastic film. Predator 2 is now a dated sequel, but a lot of fun. And Predators is an underrated Predator film, in my opinion. I think it's pretty damn good. So what do we have here? So first up, again, we have Prometheus. I'll talk about them afterwards. So we have Prometheus, obviously. Prometheus. And then we have Alien Covenant. That's a Blu-ray sleeve, but inside is the 4K version. I had it on Blu-ray, then I got the 4K. The 4K didn't come with a slipcover, so I just kept the slipcover to the Blu-ray and placed it in there. Now, at time of filming, I will say that Aliens is not out on 4K. It's due, but it's not out yet. But we have here with art cards. Why are the art cards loose? I don't know. Maybe that's because... Okay, I get it now. I get it. So I've got the 4K of Alien. Again, no slip. And it's a thin case edition. But I had a Blu-ray of Alien that came with art cards. So yeah, I remember now. So I kind of keep them in the slip together, and the art cards helps pack out the slip cover. But then I also have the Alien Anthology box set. Great box set, loads of great special features on this. Alien, Aliens, Alien 3 and Alien Resurrection. Yes. And then we have Alien vs Predator collector's box set with AVP and AVP2 in it, or AVP Requiem, whatever you want to call it. But then I have another version of Alien vs Predator Requiem. This is a German version, but the reason that I have this is because this version of the film is somewhat longer. I believe it to be, it's either 11 or 17 minutes longer in its runtime than the standard theatrical cut, and I far prefer this version of it. Yes, it's still very dark, it's not a great film, but it makes more sense as to why one Predator comes. Basically, in this version, the Predator gets the call on his planet. He sees the footage of what's happened on the ship. He knows there's a Pred alien, and he heads off to Earth alone on his own to deal with it. But in this version, he gets the distress call. He heads off to Earth, and it's not until he finds the crashed Predator ship that he puts on the mask of another Predator, and that's where he sees the events of what have occurred on board that ship. So he doesn't know what's occurred until he gets to Earth. All he knows is that a distress call has been sent out, and he has to go and clean up and find out what's happened. And yeah, it's about 11 minutes longer, or 17. I can't remember the runtime length difference, but it's well worth watching. It's, if you like the film anyway, or like the franchise, that's the better version to go with. But moving on, we have another version of Predator. It's the 3D Steelbook, which I got pretty cheap. Nice image on the back there. But yeah, again, we have another version of Predator. This is just the Blu-ray. It's got me old, well, it's got DVD 2 in it for some reason. I don't know why. But anyway. And then we have another version of Predator 2 there. I like the Predator and Alien franchises. I've got a little sew-on patch in there of Wayland, a tiny sew-on patch. Building better worlds. I feel that really that should... I'm so finicky here. I feel that that would be better suited in the Alien box set. Or in the Alien film. I've dropped my art cards. What am I doing? What am I doing? So you can see why I've separated the shelves now, because, come on, if I've done that shelf and I incorporated that into the other shelf, you know that I'm going to pick one of these films over anything on that shelf. I think anyone would, or most people would. But anyway, moving on. We have another Predator 2, which is a 4K version. I don't want to get rid of it because I like the cover. I like the cover of these. I would rather get rid of that. But I don't have Predator on 4K separate. Maybe I should get it and sell that one on. But anyway, moving on. We have the E4K of Predators again because I like the cover designs. And then we have, I've got 2 copies of the Predator here. I have Predator Upgrade, which is the German version with German title on it, and The Predator, the UK release. I like that cover, but I ended up with both. There we go. And I don't know why I still have a bootleg of Prey up here, but I do. It's not a 4K, it's just a 4K case. I don't know why it's still there, but we have Prey, the 4K Steelbook edition of Prey. So there we go. There's that shelf there. So what would you pick? What film would you pick on that shelf out of those? So let me know the other shelf, what you'd pick, and let me know this shelf, what you'd pick. And give me 1 minute and I'll be back with my choice. Okay, my choice has been made. My choice has been made. To whittle it down, the choices really on that shelf are between Alien, Aliens and Predator. What one would I go with? Okay, so I'll be honest. I'm going to go here. My choice would be Arnie's Predator. Okay, that's what I would pick. Now, my picking here isn't based upon the better film, because arguably I would get into an argument and I'd say that maybe Alien and Aliens are a better film than Predator, but I think Predator is far more easy on the rewatch, if that makes sense. So I'm kind of basing it around that. Not the best film, but and that's how a lot of my shelves are done. It isn't necessarily about the best film on the shelf, or technically best film. It's about that rewatchability. And although I love revisiting the Alien and the Alien and Aliens, the revisits are not as often as what they are with Predator. But like I said, in an argument, I'd probably say that the other two are better films, if that makes sense. But this is a near on perfect film, as it is. They all are. It's really difficult call to make and explaining, saying it's a better film, because this is a good film. Not many faults in it. So it's difficult, but that would be my choice. Predator would be the one that goes with me. And I suppose that if I'm stuck on a desert island, or if I'm stuck on an island and it's tropical and it's got some, badass bush in it, that it'd be up my street. Might teach me some survival techniques. Who knows? But anyway, that'd be my choice. Most certainly, I rewatch this far more than what I do Alien and Aliens, primarily because Alien itself is a very atmospheric, moody film, so to speak. Aliens is a considerably long film, but this one here it's a nice length. It's action packed. And it's timeless. It does feel timeless. It's a great film. But anyway, there's my choice. So as you can see, that's why I separated the shelves, because if I'd done the other shelf and then said, let me jump to the other shelf, I'm going to pick that over that. Now I don't know. I'm questioning whether I picked Predator. No, I ain't picked Predator before. Predator hasn't come up, I don't believe. No, it hasn't, because it's not in my Blu-ray section. They're all here on their own shelf. So anyway, there we go. And again, 2 weeks time I'll be back with another. So do let me know in the comments down below. Hit the subscribe button. But no, do let me know in the comments down below, because I like hearing people's opinions and what they would pick, because it tells me a little bit about yourselves. And yeah, and well, I'll see you on the next one. Take care and goodbye.